In 2020, I actually signed up for over 15 bogus small business loans. And since I'm already going to jail, it's time to tell my side of the story. Now, this scam started out like any other good scam. An error from the government, an opportunity for me. There was a form that you could fill out online and it would ask you 3 questions. It would ask you, do you own a small business? You would check yes. Then it would ask you if you want $10,000. You check yes. And then it would say, do you promise you own a small business? And then you check yes again and boom, 10,000 bucks. Now this process was like taking candy from a baby. So once I got the 10,000, I did the right thing and I told everyone I knew about. Now at first people were skeptical. They said, Drake, what do you mean you just answered 3 questions and then $10,000 appears in your account? But I assured them it was legit. So next thing you know, I was signing everybody up. I was taking their information, signing up for this loan, and then I was giving them 50 out of the $10,000. And until things went wrong, like really wrong, everybody was happy. And to be honest, no problems really occurred until they realized that, hey, maybe this Drake guy isn't a trapdoor salesman. Now in my defense and everyone else's defense who had taken this opportunity, what else were we supposed to do? Big Brother had came down, locked us down, and told us we couldn't make any money. We were just doing what we had to do. I'm just glad I got to come on here and tell my side of the story. It's been real, and I will see you in 3 to 6 years.
So this man right here threw away his life for $10,000. Just doesn't make sense. Then he decided to double down and start a PPP business where he signed up others and he said he took 50. Now I don't know if he's talking about $50. I don't know if he was signing up crackheads or 50%, but nonetheless, why would you give an individual, especially probably a stranger that you don't know your information, to sign you up for God knows what? Again, we got to use some common sense. And just if you're going to finesse, if you're going to scam and risk Fed time, make it worth it. 10,000, 20,000, $30,000 is just not worth the risk.
Okay, you guys, I'm over here stressed out because you remember when the PP loan was here? I did the PP loan and I just got a freaking, oh my God, I just got a letter in the mail that said I'm subpoenaed to court for this. And if charged, I'm facing 10 years in federal prison. 10 years in federal. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me get the paper for you guys. I'm going to show you the paper. Hold on. Because what the fuck? 10 years. Hold on. I'm trying not to cry because I'm trying to make sure. Hold on.
I don't feel bad for any individual who took out a PPP loan knowing that they did not have a legitimate business or business at all. And now in 2025, when it's time to face the consequences for their decisions, they want to cry and want people to feel sympathetic for them. But when they had the money, when they was turning up and life was good, we didn't hear anything from them. Now it's time to pay the piper.
My coworker got fired for getting the PPP loan. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I saw a girl's video saying that she just had her case with the feds regarding getting the PPP loan, like lying on the application, and she got sentenced to 9.5 years. 9.5 years. And I saw other people in the comments saying that they're going through their case. I saw somebody else say that they got sentenced for wire fraud. And these people are not playing. They are not playing, and banks are assisting. They are assisting in the process. As somebody who works in banking, who's worked in multiple different banks, the banks help the IRS. But let me tell you what happened with my coworker. So this is my coworker that turned into a friend. So I had already left the company by the time that she got fired. But ultimately what happened was, this is 2022. The list came out of everybody who had got the PPP loan. She obviously was on that list. And she ended up in HR. Clearly the bank was looking at the list. Not my current job, y'all. Again, this is a company that I left. So don't call them people again, please. But she ended up in a meeting with HR. They asked her, like, oh, you were on this list, you have a business. And basically, there was a date that your business had to be established to qualify for the PPP loan. And a lot of people created LLCs after that date. And that's how they know if your application was fraudulent. And so they told her, like, I don't think that you qualified for this PPP loan based on when you establish your business or whatever. But she didn't admit to anything. And her business was selling handmade jewelry, right? So the reason why they were able to fire her is because if you've ever worked for a bank, a financial institution, a brokerage, you have to disclose all outside business activities. It's regulatory. You have to sign off that you will disclose anything, any second job, any second source of income. If you're a part of the board of directors for any type of company, nonprofit, sometimes even volunteer work, you have to disclose it so that the bank can make sure it's not a conflict of interest. So basically they fired her because they said that her not disclosing that she had a business was violating company policy because she should have told them. And I'm sure y'all are going to say, well, she should have told them that, she stopped the business when she started working. I guess whenever she established it, she had already started working there. So, like, the dates just didn't line up. But yeah, they fired her and said that it was because she didn't disclose that she had a business. But if she had disclosed that she had a business, it wouldn't have been a conflict of interest for her to sell handmade jewelry. They fired her because of that PPP loan. And that was just their excuse. So be careful, y'all. They are coming.
You got to think long term when you make decisions. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me to risk your job, risk your freedom, not be able to see your family, all because you want some quick money, all because you want some fast money. Again, a lot of people are jammed up and threw away their lives and going to make it very difficult in the future for themselves because they wanted a quick 30, 40, $50,000 that they probably blew on clothes, vacations, and trips. It's just not worth it. I mean, again, anything worth having in life, you got to grind for it. You got to grind. And a lot of these individuals squandered that money on nothing. And and probably in most situations, they don't even have enough money for a proper legal defense.
If you or somebody you know did the PPP loan, y'all better tuck y'all tail, because they is clapping shit. They is not playing. They is coming back for the, like, I'm steady seeing stories about people got to go to jail. People already then went to jail. Like, the people telling them they either got to pay a significant amount of money or they got to go away. And these is people that, like, legit had businesses. Like, so imagine for y'all people that y'all better tuck y'all tail and stay off the radar, because that's one thing about the feds. They'll let you think you did that. They'll let you think you got away. They're going to wait it out. And then, boom, when you least expect it, they coming to your door. So, let me know in the comments if y'all know some people finna go to jail, because that's crazy.
Let me know in the comment section. Do you know anyone that filed for a PPP loan fraudulently and got jammed up? Let me know the story in the comments below. I'm sure there's going to be plenty.
I heard people getting hemmed up on them PPP loans. You knew that was coming. What I don't get is how certain people, black people, are complaining, saying that those loans was put out there so that they can trap black people. Why would you take the loan if you know you didn't have a business? It was for people with businesses affected by COVID. You starting an LLC so that you can collect a couple $1,000s to go buy shoes and chains and start a record label. That's not the same. I mean, you had to have seen it. The Lenox Mall in Atlanta was packed. They was damn near out of stock. And then that's something that now you know that a lot of that Louis Vuitton and all that stuff, all these people were buying with their PPP loans, is made in China. And now they're about to go to jail for it. Look here, this is that victimhood again. Don't apply for loans that you're not eligible for. Therefore, you won't commit fraud and go to jail for it. Does that make sense?
It's a lack of accountability. Again, no one forced you to sign up for these PPP loans. No one forced you to have someone else sign up for them in your name. It's not an attack on the black community. It's people wanted to finesse and take shortcuts in life. They rolled the dice and they thought everything was good because a few years have passed, and now things have caught up with them, and now they want to play victim and they don't want to hold themselves accountable. Again, you wanted some quick money, like the gentleman says, so you could go to the mall and BS, take some vacations, probably put a down payment on a car, and now it's time to face the consequences for your decision. It's that simple. No one forced you to sign up for this. No one forced you to lie and try to make it either lie about having a business or try to make it seem like your homemade jewelry business was affected because of COVID.
I was talking to my friend earlier, and we was just talking about, like, I cannot go to jail. Like, that, I don't be out here doing stuff that would put me in predicaments to go to jail. But, things just happen unfortunately. But I personally cannot go to jail. I would not survive. I recently started following this girl that was giving a story time on how she's getting ready to go to federal prison due to like PPP fraud, SBA fraud or whatever. And they gave her like 10 years. And I feel like it's a bit excessive. But then at the same time, I guess, you know, the severity of the case, I guess, is what determines how much time you can get. And I feel so bad because she has very small children. And she's kind of like, what am I supposed to be doing with all of this time? Like, I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. But the whole part about it is like, you know, she was doing those SBA things, like kind of helping other people with their application. And then it all like eventually falls back on her. And that's why I'm like, I can't be going to jail for other people. I can't do it. The minute I go in there, I'm going to sing like a bird. When I tell you the trumpet going to be sounding, because I'm going to be singing so loud, like it's going to be ridiculous. You might call me whatever you want. I ain't loyal, this, that, and the other. Baby, I'm finna put the double L in tail. I'm telling on everybody. They ain't even got to ask me. I'm just going to be in that bitch just starting to sing. You hear me? I cannot go to jail. I can't go to jail. I can't sit in jail. Like, I just cannot do it. Like, they wouldn't, all they got to do is ask me my name. And I'm in there telling no bitches that's dead. Hell, I'm in there telling on people that's already in prison for shit they done did. Like, I'm telling on it. I would be in that bitch probably telling on my damn mammy just to get up out of it. I can't do it. Like, I can't be right. Don't be around me committing no crimes. Don't call yourself riding with me to commit no crimes, this, that, and the other, because I am telling. If you want to stop being my friend right now because you say, oh, you ain't loyal, you a snitch, I'm putting the itch in snitch. That's just what it's going to be. I would not. Do you see me? I won't survive. I would not survive. It would be just too much for me. Like, my heart goes out to that young lady, but baby, I can't do it.
I'm not sure why her heart goes out to her. She knew she had kids before she committed these PPP loan fraud. She was living it up. Things was good. Crab legs and seafood every weekend, vacations, clothes. She wasn't concerned about the well-being or the longevity of her kids because she wanted some fast money and didn't really want to put the work in. Again, now I do feel bad. Let me clarify. I do feel bad for the actual children because I don't know where they're going to be placed. Hopefully, she has some family members that could take care of the children because, again, they have no fault. They did no wrongdoing. But I don't feel bad for the mother at all because if she really cared about them kids and the well-being of those kids, she would know that the risk was just not worth it.
What side of TikTok y'all are on, but I'm on the side where they're talking about federal sentencing for fraud due to the PPP loans during the pandemic, grants, all type of business loans. And this young lady's story, she was doing this countdown, like, 30 days, sharing her story, how she ended up in the situation. She ended up getting sentenced to 9.5 years, so almost 10 years. They do it by months, so it's like 120 months is what she got. 114, I think. And I am just on this lady's page watching her story, talking about her really preparing her life to spend almost 10 years behind bars. And she has very, very young children. Like, her youngest child is like 8 months old. And of course, there's a lot of mixed reactions to this. And she has other kids older, but the youngest was 8 months. But as someone whose parents have been locked up for an extended amount of time, there is a toll that is going to take on your kids. Not just you being in the system and away from your children. It's also the children not having their parent and having to trust other people to raise your children. It's just not a good place that you want to be in. And yeah, I'm just hopeful that when she gets out, her kids are going to be able to understand and possibly forgive her, because there's a lot that you miss during those moments. And it's so hard as the child to understand why the parent did what they did. She's taking accountability, so it's not like I can rag on her too much. Like, she understood, but I don't know if people don't understand, like, these type of fraud crimes when it comes to money, the government, taxes, these people are not playing. They will come after you like you get away with it for however long, then they're going to be calling. She's explained that, she met this other girl, and the girl basically sold her out, ratted her out. Like, that's just what it is. Everybody's going to save their own ass when it comes to federal time. So it's a very sad situation. But she was talking about she helped over 700 people. I'm like, oh baby, they had to bring you in. There's no way you are facilitating and helping 700 people get public loans and just think like, all right, whatever. I don't think she thought it was going to be like 10 years, but they just don't give a fuck. And you helped that many people get money, some legit, some not. Like she's going to have to sit down and do that time. But I just can't imagine like packing up my life to do time. There was another girl she did end up doing 3 months, but they sentenced her to 24 months. But like, I think I would just break down.
I don't know why she's surprised that she got 10 years when she helped over 700 people get fraudulent loans. I mean, honestly, she got off easy if you ask me. 700 people, even if just those 700 people got $50,000, I mean, we're talking probably 7 figures plus. Again, you got to make it make sense. To give up 10 years of your life for even if probably, let's just say she made $500,000. You break that down to 10 years, that's $50,000 a year. Then not to mention now what she's going to have on her personal record. She's never going to be able to get any type of decent job. So even after she does these 10 years, not seeing her children, who knows about the well-being of the children? She has an 8-month-old. This child won't see her till she's almost 11 years old. Again, you would think that as a parent, as a mother, you would think about all these things. Again, it's not like she tried to scam for a quick little 20,000. She turned this into a whole enterprise. She was essentially a queen pin of these PPP loans, helping over 700 people. And then she's surprised that people ratted on her. It probably was like, look, no, this was the girl that helped me, so they could free themselves. So, I mean, I just don't understand when people make such short-sighted decisions and think it's not going to catch up to them. But let me know what you think in the comments below. PPP loan fraud is catching up with people in 2025. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.